Ilhan Omar, did you marry your brother or no? It wasn't romantic, obviously. It was for the purpose of fraud, which is very popular, unfortunately, among the Somali community in the USA. You are the same kind of person back in Somalia that has Somalia looking the way it looks. This clip is floating around, and the caption often says, Ilhan Omar says she should not marry her brother. I'm not quite sure I heard that in this clip. Ilhan Omar, did you marry your brother or no? Let's watch.
Everybody knows I came to the United States at the age of 12, gained my citizenship at the age of 17, and I am an elected representative in the House of Congress, and so the House of Representatives in Congress. And so for me, I look at it as a display of his ignorance. And I see it as a national embarrassment that he continues to say those kind of things, even though he does know what the truth is.
Okay, so this is Ilhan Omar responding to Trump because Trump recently said that she married her brother and that was how she became a citizen of the USA.
She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
Now, she's responding to that allegation specifically about marrying the brother to become a citizen. Now, what I think happened is she was a citizen and married the brother so he'd be able to come from UK. Because remember, Ilhan Omar got saved by, I believe, Lutherans, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But she was saved by Christians in the West. And half of her family were rescued from the camp they were in, refugee camp, rescued from there, and then they were brought to the USA. The other half of the family was sent to UK. Now, the brother, that dude was in UK. She gets married to him. He comes to the USA and goes to school in North Dakota. I think that's what happened. It wasn't about her becoming a citizen. It was about him becoming a citizen or about him being able to come over here and become educated. Does that make any sense? But she won't address that. She'll address what Trump said, but not the entire thing. Because if you address the entire thing, then you got to admit you married your brother. Not because you're trying to be, it wasn't romantic, obviously. It was for the purpose of fraud, which is very popular, unfortunately, among the Somali community in the USA. It is what it is. And not just here in America, but also in Sweden. They do the same thing in Sweden. Many years ago, I spoke about them over in Sweden, Malmö, all that kind of stuff, where they do some terror attacks. But too many of these migrants come straight from savage places where that kind of behavior is okay. And that's part of the reason why their places are the way they are. Because there is no type of regulational behavior. There is no type of respect for other people. So how are you going to be able to function properly when that's your mindset? You're coming into Sweden and you're terrorizing it. You're creating trash. You're creating havoc. You are a succubus upon society and a danger to anyone that's there. Also, about the Somalis, they're Muslim. Don't forget about that part. Don't forget about that part because you're going to get people that's just normies, minding their business, doing their thing. But you're also going to get some terror attacks. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I want people like that in the country. I don't think I want them in the country. And as a matter of fact, hold on. We got a Somali dude saying exactly what I'm talking about. So this guy says, thank you, white people, for working so hard, 50 hours a week, all day long, so I can stay home and do nothing.
You work all day. You don't got Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah, go to work for me, you white animals. Work for me. Yeah, you work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people. All right, this is my land. I control this place. This is my reality. You all gonna be enchained. I'm gonna lock all you guys up if you don't pay your taxes. You better pay your taxes.
Okay, so there we go. Now, first of all, can I say something right quick? Again, shout out to the Somalis. Okay, but we are not them. The Black Americans are not Somalis. Black Americans are West African with European admixture and a little bit of native. That's who we are. for the most part. If you look at any Black American's DNA, it's going to be pretty much that. Ain't going to be no Somali in there. I don't care how much I put into my hair. It ain't going to do this. This whole frizzy, curly, looking like Indian or something like that. We don't have that. We got this. Okay, we got this. We don't have that. And our forehead, look at the forehead. The forehead is about a whole football field. We don't got that. Our forehead is not as big. We don't got this curly hair. We're not them. Number one. Number two, I thought that the migrants were coming here to work. That's what I was told.
ABL, you're so racist. You're so hateful. They do our jobs that Americans don't want to do.
Okay. So why is he saying he does nothing all day and then the white folks go to work for him? And he's ignorant, of course, retarded. It's not just the white man working. It is Americans working. Black, white, Puerto Rican candy stripe. Legal Somalis who came here the right way. Yeah, they work. You are the same kind of person back in Somalia that has Somalia looking the way it looks. If you got an entire nation full of people that don't want to do anything, that don't want to work, that don't want to contribute, that just want to lay around and mooch and steal and rob, how are you going to have a society that's productive? Furthermore, if they come here, what are they going to do? What will they do aside from being an expense and a burden and eventually a criminal threat? Because idle hands are a devil's workshop. A bunch of young men, nothing to do, and they Muslim. That's a terror attack waiting to happen. So nah, man, listen. You, sir, and your people that's here illegally, not contributing, you could go back. Hey, it's time to go back. And if you're here legally and we can't deport you, how about we cut the welfare benefits off? How about we cut the EBT off? No more mooching, no more freeloading. And I don't care if you were Somali, if you were white, black. This mentality is a cancer in our country, period.